Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with all of you today and sharing the next 45 minutes with you on a journey of all the exciting investment from Microsoft to our SMB customers. So I'm Sela Gu, and I lead the AI Business Solution Growth Marketing team for the SME and C business. Today, I'm joined by my colleagues, Matt Gaudet and Arun. Together, we will share with you all the exciting investments Microsoft has announced on SMB and talk you through what this really means to all of you CSP partners, as well as what other things Microsoft is also investing in to support your growth as part of the AI transformation. Before I dive in, I want to have a quick show of hands. So how many of you were able to join Nicole Deason's Frontier Partner keynote yesterday and also heard about the SMB announcements? Can I see a raise of hands? Okay, excellent. So I'm seeing this is like 70, 80%. Fantastic. So the way to think about this, today's session will be really a double click of all the announcements Nicole made yesterday related to SMB investment. We will talk about the new offerings that Microsoft is launching, the promotions Microsoft is making available to all of you and your customers, as well as how Microsoft is supporting all of you in this AI transformation. All right, so let's dive in. So there are three big numbers on this slide. What is this really telling us? It has been an incredible year of AI transformation. And largely, this made possible by a lot of you and your contribution to the business. Starting off on the left, we have 900 million MAU, monthly active users, on all the AI features and capabilities on Microsoft first-party property. That is incredible, 900 million. The middle of the slides, 150 million. This is when you zoom in a little bit, looking at the family of Copilot products Microsoft have. And this is the monthly active users we are able to exceed at this point. Last but not least, agent. We are seeing incredible momentum on agents. In fact, we were able to double the number of users leveraging agent capabilities over the last quarter by quarter. So I want to take this moment to say a big thank you to everyone in the audience today, all of you, our best CSP partners, as well as everyone online joining us today. It's your work who has contributed to this incredible momentum over the last 12 months. Thank you. So I will start by sharing this slide, which many of you have seen a couple times by now. What this slide does a really amazing job. It captures the essence of our vision from Microsoft and also your opportunity as a CSP partner. Our ambition is simple yet bold. We want to empower every user with a Copilot and transform every business process with an agent. What an exciting vision. So what does this really mean? How do we make this a real vision in the coming years? To make this vision and ambition a reality, today, these are the product lineups Microsoft have to really enable all of you and your customers through this AI transformation. Starting from the left, we have Copilot Chat. Copilot Chat is designed with everyone in mind. It is a real starting point for users to safely experiment AI in a very trusted environment, in a secured environment. This is really everyone's starting point in a work environment. And then we look at Microsoft 365 Copilot. This is an offer that's perfect for information workers. This is for knowledge workers and teams who are ready to take the step to unlock AI-driven productivity, leveraging Work IQ. Last but not least, agents. Agents really represent the next phase of AI maturity. They automate repetitive tasks, orchestrate complex workflows, and act as digital employees for all of us. So what you heard yesterday, for those of you who joined the Frontier Partner keynote, from Nicole, she shared there's 3 big new updates we are announcing, which will be available December 1st, so in just a short 2 weeks. So what I want to do in the next couple of minutes is to talk you through in a little more details what is going to happen in the next 2 weeks. So first off, we are launching a new SKU, Microsoft 365 Copilot Business SKU. This is incredible news for all of you who serve customers who are less than 300 employees. We will be enabling the same capability and value of Microsoft 365 Copilot, but will be priced based on SMB needs. So that's the first announcement. The second one, which is even more exciting to me, is we have heard from all of you the feedback over the last 12 to 18 months. The sales motion today for you on productivity, which is Microsoft 365 Suites, is a separate motion from Copilot, which is a premium attached motion. And for you, it created frictions or created additional costs of sales as you have 2 separate conversations with your customers. So what Microsoft is doing starting December 1st is we are launching bundled offers, including Microsoft 365 Business Plans, as well as Microsoft 365 Copilot Business. This is incredible because we are enabling with you, all of you, with 1 SKU, so you can have 1 sales motion and 1 GTM motion with all of your customers. So that's the second one. And the last one, which is incredibly exciting from a customer value perspective, we are going to launch an introductory promotion offer starting December 1st on not only the standalone Copilot Business SKU for SMB, we'll also launch incredibly attractive promotional offer for the bundle offers I just mentioned. We will also launch a preview offers that's available for SMB audience as well, with incredibly attractive promotions. So this is basically, that was announced yesterday. So what I want to do in the next couple of slides is to talk you through one by one on what's really included in these announcements. All right, the first one is pretty straightforward. As I mentioned, so today in the market, we have Microsoft 365 Copilot, the $30 SKU. What we will make available to the SMB audience through all of your CSP partners is we will have a Microsoft 365 Copilot Business SKU. This is a big deal. I know a lot of you has been asking about this for a long time. And you know what? From Microsoft perspective, we are seeing the timing is ready. This is a pivotal moment for us to extend and scale the motion from a GTM perspective to the SMB audience, working with all of you. And what's amazing is that at launch, Microsoft 365 Copilot Business SKU will have exactly the same features and values as the $30 SKU, but will be right-sized and priced for SMB at $21 per user per month. The second big announcement I mentioned is the Business Plan plus Copilot bundle. So what you can see on the slide is these are the 3 offers will be permanently make available on Partner Center as 1 SKU for you to transact and serve your customer with starting December 1st. Starting from the left, we have Business Basic plus Copilot Business, Business Standard plus Copilot Business, and Business Premium plus Copilot for Business. And Matt will touch on this as he talks through that. The margin structure will be a blended for these Copilot offer as well as the Microsoft 365 Business Plans. But these will be a new bundled offer we will enable in the CSP channel starting December 1st. All right, now let's get to the most exciting part, is the introductory offers that we will make available to all of you starting December 1st. These are time-bound offers that will be available for all of you to drive customer conversation until the end of March. So this is a meaty slide, but I want to talk through one by one. Starting from the left, Copilot Business SKU, we are running a 15% off, which will make the $18 per user per month offer really, really attractive for SMB customers. In addition, the middle 2 offers is really my personal favorite. So we are offering Business Standard plus Copilot Business, as well as Business Premium plus Copilot Business, running an exciting promotion of $22 per user per month and $32 per user per month. So what I'm really seeing here, for those of you who have customers who are on Business Standard or Business Premium today, it really means for them to get to the new bundle offer and license their entire organization with Copilot with $10 more. Think about that. That is incredible value for all of your customers and for all of you in driving the upsell motion in the coming renewal cycle. Last but not least, I know many of you are super excited about this. Purview Suites for Business Premium, which is currently available for $10 per user per month. We are also running a super attractive offer for 50% off at $5 per user per month. So this is super relevant for those of you who have customers who really care about security and data compliance as they get on their AI journey. And having these offers available for you to have one conversation in the upcoming renewal cycle will be incredibly exciting. All right, so as I summarize, this is a really great slide for you to look the left to right. What are the Microsoft offers that we have available today through the CSP channel? So the Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat and the $30 Microsoft 365 Copilot SKU will continue to be available to all of you and to our customers to serve their needs. We are introducing these 4 additional offers I just talked through with additional promotional discounts starting December 1st to the end of March. As I wrap, I want to take a pause and really acknowledge the pivotal moment we are in right now. As I mentioned, AI transformation is accelerating, and we are eager to see the opportunity for all of you to take the motion and scale to a broader set of customers, including SMBs. And to make this real, Microsoft is making the investment and creating these targeted offers for the SMB audience. We considered the go-to-market motion all of you need to run to streamline the productivity and AI conversation. We also created additional customer value through these promotional offers that will be available in the next couple of months. So we believe these 3 new investments coming from Microsoft will really create an entirely new motion for your AI strategy serving the SMB customers. Together, we have a tremendous opportunity to really lead AI transformation for SMBs. So with that, I will hand it over to my colleague, Matt Gaudet, who will actually walk you through the partner opportunity for all of you to leverage these offers and build practices and offers to take it to the customer in the coming months. Matt.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is great to be here. It's truly a privilege to join you and share a little bit about these announcements and how you can actually make it real. So what we're going to really do here is walk through what this means for you. Okay? These announcements are incredibly exciting. There's no better time, right? We're in this pivotal moment, as Sela had mentioned, and we can do some really amazing things if we can leverage these new offers, promotions, and packaging in the right way. And so we're going to walk you through, first, a little bit of the opportunity as we think about how you guys can make money, right, and help support your customers. And then we'll go into a little bit more of the GTM, right? How can you actually think about this moment? How can you package this up and go to market in the most effective way possible? So first, I want to start here, right? This is really a very important slide just to be able to level set what the economic and the profitability is that we're seeing from your peers. All right, so every year we do a Forrester study where we ask our AI business solutions partners, how are they making money, right, with AI and Microsoft services? And this is ultimately what we captured. And the results are pretty amazing, right? On a CSP perspective, partners are pulling in anywhere up to $6 per user per month when we think about margin plus incentives. But more interestingly is the services opportunity. And I think we could all recognize that. And what we found is that year over year, this number had grown by $26, right? So $26 per user per month in services opportunity when you think about what AI is able to generate for you and your business as you work with your customers. So this is really exciting. I think what's more exciting, though, is when you think about the offers and the packaging that Sela had just walked through, you have the opportunity to really democratize AI and be able to scale it out to more and more users within your customer base, which makes this opportunity just explode, right? The key thing here is that everything we're launching really can be seen as a catalyst, right, for growth. And that's what really excites me as we think about this next phase and next chapter of how we can go to market and support our SMB customers. So if we unpack this a little bit, there are lots of different ways, right? Our partners and your peers are ultimately going to market and selling services to customers to support this AI transformation. And what I wanted to do here, because the number one question I always get is, how am I supposed to monetize Copilot Chat, right? It's free, it's included, like what is there for me to do? And the reality is that we don't want to be looking at any one of these products as an individual, right? As an individual go-to-market motion, but rather they are all complementary to one another, and they really build on top of one another as you think about the potential and the opportunity, right? It really is a journey. I think Judson spoke about that yesterday. Transformation is a journey. And so when we think about Copilot Chat specifically, it actually is an enabler, right? It's going to open up all of these different doors, right? Copilot Chat is the easiest way for you to be able to get in the door with a customer, start that AI conversation, which ultimately will lead to either pilots or POCs. It will lead to productivity deployment, right? This might be an opportunity for you to help upgrade your customers on just their core productivity, as well as end user training, right? To help customers get the most out of what Copilot Chat can do. And so this is a starting point, right? For you to build your services offering and get your foot in the door with some of these customers. Then when you think about Microsoft 365 Copilot, this is really where that services opportunity expands, right? Mostly it's a pull-through, right? You're able to really accelerate your security offerings as you think about data structuring, data protection, compliance, identity management, as well as thinking about change management, right? You know, when you think about AI, it really does require human change. And so this is really an opportunity for you to be able to go and drive that. And then third and most important, which I think is going to be the long-term growth opportunity for all of you, is agents, right? This is actually where we saw most of the growth when we looked at that $26 number a second ago. Most of the year-over-year growth in that came from agents. And it will only continue to grow because this will give you the opportunity to create more repeatable offers, create more managed services, right? When you think about Agent 365 that was announced yesterday as well, there's all sorts of new opportunities that are going to come to life when you think about the potential with agents. And so the idea here that I want to land is that some of these things you're already doing today, right? These are services you already have in market, and you're going to be able to continue to land those and accelerate. But the real excitement here is that there's many opportunities that are listed that are going to require new skill sets, new capabilities to be built within your organization. And so I would encourage you, all right, to think about how you want to invest for the future to support some of these new opportunities. Next, I want to talk briefly about how we kind of position this and think about these products. Judson loves this analogy of rooms of the house, right? And I think it's a great one just to illustrate how we think about these different products and how it structures the conversation that you can have with a customer. So as I was kind of alluding to before, right? When you think about engaging with customers, what's the one thing customers want to talk about? It's AI, right? They don't necessarily want to talk about security and this, that, and the other, but AI is the thing that's top of mind for them. And so you have this opportunity to open the door by leading with AI transformation. You can create excitement, you can spark that customer's imagination, you can ultimately start the planning of what does that roadmap look like for that customer and what services opportunities ultimately might be available. Once you get in the house, as it were, all right, then you have an opportunity to unlock every room within that house. And this is where Copilot Chat comes in, because it is the thing that is included within your customer's M365 plan. Everybody is AI enabled, and this is an opportunity for you to help those users become AI empowered, right? Really get the value out of chat. This is a great way for users to build an AI habit. It's a great way for you to prove out value in the most cost-effective way, right? Which is the number one thing that our customers want to be able to do, is really just make sure that there's value behind this. And this is a really friction-free way to accomplish that. And then third, and most importantly, is really supercharging each of those departments, right? Transforming those departments with the power of 𝗦𝗽𝗲𝗀𝗃 Copilot, as well as agents. And this is where you can really think about reinventing business processes. You can completely rethink workflows and really enable users to do not just more of what they already are doing, but give them the ability to do things that they weren't able to do previously, right? This is where that aha moment really becomes unlocked. And so this is essentially how we think about it, right? It's really building blocks, right? So don't think about any of these individual products as like a standalone, but rather they're just ingredients to a really amazing recipe if executed well. All right. So we're going to change gears a little bit and talk a little bit about the go-to-market opportunity and how you ultimately can think about how you can package these things up and take advantage of the opportunity ahead. So as we think about building a GTM approach that ultimately scales AI adoption, I think we're at a very critical time, right? We have the right offers, we certainly have the right price points, and we certainly have the opportunity to create an incredible amount of excitement with our small and medium business customer base. And so for me, AI becomes a non-negotiable, right? If you think about small business, AI is the key to competitiveness and differentiation. It's going to be the foundation for productivity and future growth for these companies. And so we need to shift the narrative, right? This is our moment to shift the narrative. It's not thinking about AI as a nice to have or a luxury attach, right? It needs to shift to a must have. And I think we have all the right tools and the right offers in market to be able to land that narrative really, really effectively and really make AI productivity the new standard for our customer base. And so to make this really simple, we kind of created or thought through two very simple scenarios as to how you can ultimately go to market and what that messaging would ultimately look like and why this would really resonate with customers, to kind of show you a couple of examples. So there's three core tenets before we get into the scenarios that I wanted to walk through, okay? The first one is leading with AI bundles, all right? So again, if we think about the simple notion of how we have sold Copilot up until this point over the last 18, 24 months, is we've really led with this attach motion, right? Let's get your first 5 users or 10 users on Copilot and see what value. I think we've gotten to a point now where customers recognize that the value is there. They just need a way to really embrace it. And so this gives us a really great opportunity by bringing together productivity and AI into one simple offer so that you can talk about this as not just an attach motion anymore, but really as a core productivity enhancement, right? And so leading with the bundles, the bundle offers that we've created, it was going to be your enabler or unlock for that. The second piece is anchoring on a very compelling moment we all have in the coming months here, which is renewals, specifically your 𝗦365 business renewals. We really think the opportunity here, and it's very timely, is to turn every one of those renewals into an upgrade moment for AI adoption, okay? That is going to be critical, right? Because this is a time that customers are thinking about what they have and what they need to have to support their business growth over the next year. And so we want to be able to leverage and anchor that moment to create that compelling story and land that compelling narrative. And then third, we want to create urgency. And there's no better way to create urgency than with some really attractive pricing. And so when you think about what Sela had shared with 35% off and 25% off respectively as an example off of the Copilot and Business Standard bundles or the Copilot and Business Premium bundles, there is no better time to invest in AI and get the most value from that purchase than it is today. And so these are really the three things that I would position and push everyone to start thinking about as far as how do you take these core principles and really embed this into how you go to market with your customers. And so now if we think about this and zoom in a little bit, right, and we're going to anchor that kind of key theme of renewals, right, the ultimate goal here, right, is to turn every one of those 𝗦365 renewals that you might be having come up in the next 3-4 months into an AI upgrade. And there's two paths that we've ultimately defined to really make this a compelling story and help you target customers in the most beneficial of ways. And the first one is really anchored on, which is what I'll phrase as the hero scenario, right? This is ultimately where we want customers to get to, right? which is really enhancing their security and also moving forward with that AI upgrade. We know that not all customers, right, are necessarily security conscious or have the budget to invest in both security and AI at the same time, right? If you think about your customer base, only about 15 or 20% of them probably upgrade annually to business premium, for example. And so for the vast majority of your customers, right, the other 80%, what are we going to do? Well, we still have a really great opportunity and a really great story to lead with the same great plan with that AI upgrade. And we'll walk through a couple of examples in a second of how this actually works out and what this would look like for a customer. But if we can just anchor on these two scenarios and really get specific, I think this will be a great opportunity for everyone to really exponentially grow AI adoption and really see the throughput into what your services opportunity could be in a very short period of time. So first, let's click into the first scenario, or the hero scenario, as we think about enhanced security with an AI upgrade. The way that we would want to position this with customers is that this is truly the most secure AI solution for their business. And so the way that you should think about this is for customers that are using and coming up for renewal on either Microsoft 365 Business Standard or Business Premium, for them to ultimately upgrade to our Business Premium plus Copilot bundle, as well as add on our Purview suite for Business Premium. All right? Again, this is the formula to ensure that a customer has literally the most secure AI solution for their business. And from a price point perspective, with the promotions in market, this upgrade is just $25 extra per user per month. That's a 30% savings than if they were to buy these at standard list price. So huge savings, but even more value, right, to get to the best possible solution for their first year. So this is a really great opportunity as you think about the security play, as well as the AI productivity play, and really providing your customers with something that will really address all of their concerns, especially for those security-conscious customers that are ready to move to Copilot as an example. So that's the first scenario. The second scenario is, again, working with your customers at that time of renewal to ultimately move and get an AI upgrade. And so in this example, we can kind of pitch this as the all-in-one AI solution for your growing business as you think about leading with those bundle offers. And so if you have customers that are on Business Standard or Business Premium, this would be a great way to position Microsoft 365 Business Standard and Copilot as that unified single bundled offer, or Microsoft 365 Business Premium and Copilot in that single bundle offer. Sela alluded to this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's just almost like too good to be true. When you position it this way to your customers, it's just $10 more. Just $10 more. Yeah, I love it. That's like a lunch, right? And you can literally get Copilot for every one of your users. And so I personally think that this is the most scalable positioning and offer that we can go to for every customer that is looking to renew this next year and really land that notion that AI productivity is the new standard for SMBs. So really, really excited about how you can structure and build these two things together. And then, of course, wrapping your services around this is certainly a no-brainer, right, as you think about really helping customers to deploy and get the most value out of this. One other thing I will call out is that this is, obviously, we've been talking about this as a renewal moment. We will also be enabling midterm upgrade paths. So if your customers are on Business Standard or Business Premium and want to upgrade to these bundles midterm, they will absolutely be able to do that. And they'll do that by starting essentially a new 12-month subscription, right? And so this basically applies to all of your customers, right? Regardless of if it's a renewal or not, but we do think renewal is still that compelling moment where we can really accelerate the outcomes that we're looking to drive. So let me close before I turn this over to Arun to kind of take you through some of the investments. I just wanted to land two other really quick points. The first one is the reason why we're anchoring to renewals as that key is that 64% of renewals happen over the next 6 months, right? That's just incredible. And so this is truly a missed opportunity if we don't tap into that, right? Because customers are thinking about the solutions that they need to support their growth at this particular junction. So that's the first thing I wanted to call out. Second, the really interesting thing about the bundle offers that we've created is from an incentive perspective, they will earn the same rates that you would earn if you were to sell Copilot. Okay? And so what that means is that if you were to sell Business Standard and Copilot as a bundle, you'll make 10% more in incentives than if you were to sell the standalone of Business Standard and the standalone of Copilot, because you're able to earn the strategic growth accelerator and the growth incentive for Business Standard as well as Copilot, right? So we're making these even more lucrative for you to be able to make more money from an incentive perspective when selling the bundles over selling some of these standalones. We are all in on really leveraging this as an opportunity to drive exponential growth here and really enable our customers to democratize AI across their user base. So I'm certainly excited. I hope you are all excited. And I am pumped to be able to bring Arun onto the stage, who's going to now take you through all of the other programs and investments that we'll have to support you in your execution and in your go-to-market. So without further ado, Arun.
Thank you, Matt. Awesome. I'm pumped up. So let me walk you through some of the things that we have for you to help you accelerate that. So Sela and Matt walked you through everything about the new SKU, the promos, the opportunity that you have as partners. What I would like to walk you through is how do you take all of this and go to market? And you probably have seen this particular slide at the start of our year. We call it the customer win formula. This walks you through every single investments and programs that we have through our various MSIM stages. That's the sales cycle that we have, and everything across stage 1 through 5. My focus today is to walk you through some of the new updates and new programs or reporting that we have available for you. And I'll focus primarily on top of that funnel. And that includes the new M365 Copilot Business Launch Kit, the Cloud Ascent updates, a new reporting that we call as ASPX, and then some updates that we have made to immersion briefings. So let's talk about the first one, which is the Copilot Business Launch Kit. All of you will definitely need a lot of resources, GTM resources and assets, to drive awareness with your customers as well as with your reseller community to start building a robust pipeline. Matt already spoke about the H2 renewal that's coming up, and we wanted to make sure that we are enabling all of you with a set of GTM resources, and all of these will be available for you at launch. We will have GTM playbook, we'll have pitch decks, we'll have product FAQs, we will have customer OFTs, and we will have banners that you can start running your campaigns starting day 1. All of this is available as of today in English, and at launch, you will have these set of assets available in 12 different languages. And so this is a great opportunity for you to really go ahead and accelerate that pipeline. All of it will be available starting today at aka.ms/M365 Copilot BizKit. Next, I want to speak a little bit about immersion briefings. So immersion briefings are our scale engine for demand generation. This is our one-to-many, a 90-minute, very interactive, super immersive experience to walk partners through what is possible. We create lab environment that you can walk your customers through. You can show them very realistic scenarios of what's possible with Copilot. You may be familiar with this particular briefing. It used to be called the CSP briefing or the SMB briefings. And we have made some updates as of October, and I wanted to make sure that you are aware. But for those that's new to this particular engagement, I just want to call out that there are 2 ways to engage or leverage this. The first is for a set of select partners that qualify. We have this engagement that is available through MCI, and we pay for those engagements. The second option is leveraging co-op funds, and you can claim reimbursement. So 2 opportunities for you, but this is a scale engine, and we would love for you to leverage this, to highlight this, the new Copilot business SKU that we have, and all the goodness that comes along with it, and showcase those scenarios to your customer as you drive the wall-to-wall coverage, as well as build that pipeline. So what are the quick updates that I want to share with you? So you gave us feedback. Yes, immersion briefings, we heard you. There was some feedback. This was something new from an experience standpoint, and so we made a couple of those changes. So the first one is we have opened this up to a lot many more partners, including distributors, including resellers. That's close to about 800 odd at this point in time. And we are looking forward to scale it with more partners. The second is we heard your feedback. We initially had this at a minimum of 10 customers that were required to attend this briefing. We reduced it to 5 in order for you to scale these engagements. And the last one, we recognized that this platform was new to many of you. We moved from MCAP as a platform to MCI. And we recognized that it had been challenging for you to get used to the new environment. And to that effect, we put together a set of resources, instructional videos, walk you step by step on how you could schedule these immersion briefings. All of these resources are again available to you at aka.ms briefings resource summary. You could go there today. You have all of the resources to drive immersion briefings, as well as instructional videos on how to go ahead and schedule these. So that's with some of the scale engagements and the investments and changes. Next, I want to walk you through propensity lists, and there are 2 updates here. The first one is some of the investments that we are making in Cloud Ascent and a new cohort that we are making available, which will be available as part of the December refresh. And so you will have a new cohort, and this cohort is going to be called the Upgrade to M365 Copilot Business to align with this new SKU that we just announced. So as you think about this, the big change is going to be that top line, the first one, which will be all your M365 Business Standard or Business Premium customers, and how do you go ahead and upsell them to M365 Copilot Business or the bundles. So that's going to be the key cohort that we want all of you to focus on. The next 3 cohorts are what are available today, but the way you want to think about the next 3 cohorts are that if they are not on the first cohort, it would then be potentially the second cohort, where it is a set of customers that potentially have Copilot seats today, and we want you to expand those set of customers to be getting more M365 Copilot seats. The next cohort after that would be attached to M365 Copilot, and these would be customers that have M365 apps, so Word, PowerPoint, Excel, but do not have any Copilot seats. For these customers, we are looking to you to attach M365 Copilot. And then the last cohort are going to be a set of customers that do not have M365 apps, do not have Copilot seats. We want you to lead with Copilot Chat. Matt spoke about this. We want you to look at end-to-end, wall-to-wall coverage across M365 Copilot, M365 Copilot, Chat, M365 Copilot Business, and agents. You now have the opportunity with a great pricing, promo, and a set of assets to really go and drive these cohorts. The next in the propensity list that I want to call out is ASPX. Just a show of hands, how many of you have heard of ASPX? not all. Okay, so we'll start with what is the ASPX first. It is AI Business Solution and Security Partner Center Experience. I know it's a mouthful. But this is a new reporting that is available in Partner Center. And we just made it available to all CSP partners. And we also made it available that includes now SMB customers as part of this. So those are two big updates that I wanted to make sure that you are aware of. Now I'm going to walk you through this because one of the things that we would love to show you is what is available in that reporting. But before that, two quick things. The first is how do you get to this report? So this is available in Partner Center, and you can log in into Partner Center, and in the Insight workspace, you would have this reporting available. And I'll show that to you as we get into the quick demo of that. The second way to get to it is through this link, aka.ms/ASPX. And as I walk you through this particular demo, if at any point in time you find that this is really awesome, you can definitely call it out, because I'm probably going to show you something that you will really love. So let's start here. So this is the first, when you opt in into Partner Center, and then you get into this particular screen, which is growth opportunities. You will see all of it from the top corner, the workloads that are available for you to focus on to upsell. You will have Copilot, you will have E3 upsell, and you'll also have E5 upsell. I'm going to focus on Copilot today, but you would have similar opportunities to look at from an E3 upsell as well as an E5 upsell. And we're also bringing SMB customers into the other two workloads. So I just want to give you a heads up, but today I'm just going to focus on Copilot. So how do you think about this report? So right on top is a quick summary. So what's highlighted right on top is a quick summary. It shows you where your customers are in this journey. So it shows the total number of tenants that you have. And so these are all your customers. And that's the total number of tenant. How many of these tenants have M365 Copilot? How many of these tenants are eligible for MCI engagements? And what is the targeting scenario for it? We also provide bars and charts, a very quick summary for you to see trends. And the bottom of this is customer details that I think you will appreciate. So let me get to that. So starting off, you have at the top of this report, you will see that we are organized by customer details. It shows you tenant name, tenant ID, domain, country, all of that. Next, you have Copilot usage and licensing details. Number of Copilot eligible seats. So this is your base underlying license that are eligible to be sold Copilot. You have the number of Copilot seats that the customer tenant already has, the M365 usage details, the Copilot Chat usage details, agent usage details, and Copilot white space. We also have targeting recommendations, incentive eligibility, and the association, if it's association through CPOR or CSP. And then as we move along, this is where it starts to get even more granular. So on the far left, you will start to see the customer subscription profile. You will start to see Copilot MAU details, which app within the particular tenant contributes to that Copilot MAU. You will see agent MAU, which type of agents contributes to that MAU. Is it going to be connectors? Is it going to be the Copilot agents? Is it plugins? Is it custom-built agents? So all of these rich details are available to you. And then finally, for partners that are eligible for MCI one-on-one incentives, you also have a chart that shows you which of the one-on-one MCI engagements you as a partner and the customer are eligible for. Finally, I just wanted to let you know that as you think about driving this transformation of AI with your customers, it is super important for you to start the Copilot journey as customer zero. And that begins with you starting to adopt it, deploy it in a very small scale, trying it with a few users with realistic scenarios, expanding it as you prove value, and then upsell or upgrade every single employee of yours. And there's no better testament to that if a partner of ours showcases how they went about it. So I'm going to play a quick video and then come and do a wrap-up.
Software One empowers organizations to turn technology into a true competitive advantage. We help businesses innovate with the latest Microsoft technologies. Every conversation we're having involves AI, and Copilot is at the front of that conversation.
Our M365 Copilot strategy started by our own adoption of M365 Copilot internally.
We went through our own process ourselves, so we learned from what worked and what didn't work, and we were able then to adapt that for our customers.
Back in 2023 is when the conversations with Ascot Group really started around AI. So Ascot showed an appetite for use cases. They were a prime candidate to go on that journey of adopting Copilot within their business.
Ascot Group is a specialty insurer in the commercial market, operating out of London, Bermuda, and US.
We did an initial pilot for 50 users. Pilot showed people what Microsoft 365 Copilot could really do. And as soon as users began saving a few hours each week, adoption spread quickly across departments.
Our adoption rate is 78% adoption, so that's beyond my wildest expectation. And we saw an average employee at Ascot save 2 to 4 hours a week from using Copilot.
I think we're close to 200,000 hours saved since we've introduced a product at scale, which I think is interesting because it means that people are just more productive.
Agents have been so helpful. 𝗲𝗲𝗀𝗃, which is our HR chatbot. It's coded so that it only handles like very regular general HR questions, which frees up so much time for our HR team. We also have our Ascot Fleet Agent, which basically takes vehicle data that our underwriting teams get and will categorize it under a specific template so that it pulls only the very important information that they need.
So we're really excited about the future with Ascot, with their adoption of Copilot, Copilot Studio, and Copilot Chat. Software One saw the value that Copilot would bring to our customers. It helped us to develop an entirely new service line and proposition that allowed Software One to continue to make a positive impact on our customers.
So with that, I just want to bring this to a close. Please get ready. December 1 is coming up. Please use all the assets. Register December 4th. We have a marketing moment coming up where we'll cover a lot of this and the renewal strategies. And then the last, please plan and execute on your H2 campaigns, leverage Cloud Ascent and ASPX to build that propensity list, and please execute. And we definitely love to hear your feedback on how we did. We'd love to improve. And with that, on behalf of Sela, Matt, and me, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your Ignite.